Here with another live stream recap gimmick. Let me get into the chat app real quick so I can talk to y'all fools if you want to talk to me, that is. I'm going to be going through my notes like usual, talking about some of the things on the stream that happened Wednesday night. It was Mad Professor's Lab, part 2. One second. Just opening up some chat windows here. How's everybody doing on a Friday night? I just had the TGIF theme song in me head. A lot of y'all probably too young to remember TGIF on the ABC network back in the day. If you're old as fuck like me, drop your favorite TGIF show in the chat. I think mine was Family Matters back in the day. I really dug Family Matters. So we're going to look at my goofy self here on Family Matters back in the day. Oh, you hear me? There I am. All right. So we're going to... Let's see if I can see you guys, if you guys are talking to me on various different things. But I probably won't see it, so whatever. But always drop shit in the chat. Please drop shit in the chat. I want to see that you are interacting with me. Okay, into the notes we go. So we started at 9:06, pretty much on time, but also no Violent J at all this stream. They were coming live from the Russell Industrial Complex. Looked like to be an abandoned factory building of some kind. They did, I think it was 12 experiments, according to my count. So I'm just going to really quickly rattle off the experiments and kind of go through, yeah, what they did. This was a pretty interesting stream. Shaggy and Jumpsteady almost killing themselves a couple of times, or severely injuring themselves a couple of times. Not really severely, but we'll get to that. Hold on. So the first experiment, they were jacking off some PVC pipes with wool to try to get a static electricity reaction, and then they were trying to like move some aluminum cans back and forth. That was really goofy. I think they were trying to attract the cans, and they were trying to deflect the cans, and they were kept attracting. So it had the opposite reaction of what they intended. Second experiment. Oh, this is where they made napalm. So I guess I must have missed a lot of the first Mad Professor's Lab stream because they kept going back to experiments and saying, we tried this one, but it was a failure on the last stream. And I'm like, I don't even remember them doing it. So I must have been like tuned the fuck out on that last stream. I definitely watched it. I remember watching it, but I must have been off in La La Land, not paying attention. So yeah, they taught the kids how to make napalm, which, if in case you didn't know, is basically just good old gasoline and styrofoam. You put the styrofoam in the gasoline and let it soak, and then you got this gooey substance that'll burn for fucking hours at very high temperatures. Don't do this shit at home, kids. That shit is real dangerous. One of my favorite parts about this stream, though, is the fact that Shaggy kept basically telling the kids the opposite of don't try this at home. Now remember, kids, you probably have this stuff under your under your sink, so you can totally do this at home. I thought that was so fucking fresh and hilarious. Jumpsteady and Shaggy, I believe, kept doing that. That shit was awesome. No masks, no gloves for that experiment. I wrote down. They were melting styrofoam plates for this one, breaking them up, stuffing them in the beaker, and Shaggy offhandedly mentioned that they, back in the day, melted down a whole styrofoam cooler. So then they took their napalm, they took their fucking napalm outside, and they had like a globe, model globe gimmick, and a little, I think, wooden or metal chest that they had some fireworks that they stuffed in and locked. They poured their napalm on both of these and lit them on fire, And yeah, that shit burned. That shit burned pretty good, guys. It burned. Then on to some more explosives. They made rocket fuel for the third experiment, which is basically potassium nitrate in different kinds of sugar. They were using like sweet tarts, nerds, yeah, all kinds of different kinds of sugar to make these. So that was interesting. Um, hey kids, fuck those snake things. You can make these at home. Um, Finish the bags. What does finish the bags mean? Oh, yeah, towards the end they just like dumped all the potassium nitrate they had left onto the table and finished off the chemicals and let a nice hot burn, 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 burn. Fourth experiment, steel wool and batteries. Basically, they took and unraveled a bunch of steel wool and tied it to a string and then touched a battery to it and went outside and swung it around and made a bunch of sparky gimmicks. That was the size of that one. Shaggy's went flying dangerously towards somebody. They said next time they're going to try 100 steel wool pads. Fifth experiment, how to not put out a grease fire. This is probably the most informative experiment of the night because I feel like a lot of people's instinct with a grease fire is to just dump some water on it, put it out real quick. Don't do that, folks. Don't fucking do that. You're going to set your house on fire if you pour water on a grease fire. And this was a great example of what not to do. Basically, they put a bunch of oil into a big old fucking pot and let it boil until it started fucking burning, set on fire. And then they just poured a little bit of water in it and fucking that shit went like 50 feet in the air, 20, 30, 40, 50 feet in the air. It was fucking a big ball of flame. And I can only imagine if that was somebody's kitchen, that shit, your shit would be burnt. Your house is done if that happened. So don't put out a grease fire with water. Make sure you use your fire extinguisher, folks. Look at me, I'm so safety orientated. I'm out of water. Okay, let's go. Let's power through these. So while the oil was heating up, though, they went back inside and they did the sixth experiment. Let's see. They made a little volcano gimmick with hydrogen peroxide in a saturated solution. Then they doubled the recipe to make a bigger nut bust into the air. They kept comparing the volcano to a nut busting, which it very much was like a nut busting. Yeah, that was a crazy explosion. They went back outside and yeah, that was a pretty fucking crazy explosion from the grease fire. Seventh experiment, homemade smoke bomb. This was a fucking fail. So Jump Steady was saying that ping pong balls are incredibly flammable, and apparently Jump Steady spent last or Tuesday night cutting up a shitload of ping pong balls because he had 100 ping pong balls all cut into little pieces in tin foil. And so the idea was that you wrap the tin foil, you stick a wick into it, you light the wick, and then that wick goes into the tin foil and create a smoke bomb by setting the ping pong balls on fire and slowly letting the smoke drain out. This shit did not work. This was an epic fail. Well, I guess not even an epic fail. It's just a regular ass fail. Yeah, so eighth experiment, liquid nitrogen. This is where it got a little bit dangerous. Liquid nitrogen isn't for play. You can fucking seriously freeze yourself. And so they were eating graham crackers that they were dipping into the liquid nitrogen. Shaggy started to complain that his tongue felt swollen. His taste buds felt swollen right after that. Ninth experiment, light bulbs in liquid nitrogen. Basically, they took a light bulb and they broke it and then stuck it into liquid nitrogen and turned it on, and it worked. Because if you don't turn on basically the light functions in a vacuum. So you can break a light bulb and then you still haven't ruined the vacuum. The vacuum, it hasn't been turned on. So the idea is you put it in the liquid and you have a vacuum and it lit in the liquid nitrogen. So that was pretty cool. While Shaggy was putting the thing in the liquid nitrogen, his finger was just chilling in that liquid nitrogen for a while. He had a glove on, but it wasn't a temperature a low temperature glove or anything. It was just like a regular ass fabric glove from what I could tell. So hopefully Shaggy's digit is okay. That was there was a couple more incidents with liquid nitrogen getting spilt on themselves. Yeah, right up next, the 10th experiment, bottle rockets. So basically, I think if you have some water in a bottle, like they were using 2 liters and 20-ounce soda bottles. You have some water in there, and then you pour the liquid nitrogen. It creates a reaction where you turn it upside down, and it goes up like a rocket. It's pretty dope. Shaggy kept getting mad liquid nitrogen and water on himself, though. And it looked like Jumpsteady got beamed in the face with one of them. They did the slow-mo gimmick, and it definitely looked like Jumpsteady got beamed in the face on the slow-mo. Yeah. 11th experiment, duct tape bottles. This was I don't know what, I think this was a variation of the previous experiment where they were duct taping some bottles to some bricks and then dunking them bitches into some trash cans that had water in them, and they had like bouncy balls from like a ball pit on top of the water, and I think the idea was that the bottle was going to explode and send balls everywhere. But that didn't work. That was a pretty epic fail until they went inside. I guess it blew the fuck up. You could hear it on the stream. It blew the fuck up outside. Nobody got it on camera. So yeah, that wasn't a fail. Was a fail, it seemed, but then wasn't a fail. Anyway, we're to the last experiment. Boiling water into liquid nitrogen. They just poured some fucking boiling water into liquid nitrogen, and yeah, it went psh. So that was cool. Mad Professor Lab is interesting. Not my favorite of these streams, but yeah, interesting nonetheless. They dumped all the liquid nitrogen right onto the floor, and it came flowing towards the cameraman. I was mad nervous for that cameraman, man. All right, so yeah, that's basically all I have for this one. Nothing interesting dropped. No word of where Jay was. I assume he is working on Yum Yum's lore, or one would hope he is working on Yum Yum's lore. My speculation, I'm going to go ahead and drop it. I've seen some other people say this, but I feel like he's really trying hard to get Yum Yum, did I say Yum Yum's, Yum Yum's Bedlam, Yum Yum Flower, whichever one it's called. The Joker's card, the next Joker's card. I feel like he's working really hard to get that shit out by the gathering and have it be a special surprise. I feel like he's got to be close, so he's just trying to make sure it gets done and making sure that it will be done for the gathering, which I think would be fucking awesome to have a Joker's card drop at the gathering. Has that happened before? I know they've revealed, like they revealed the Wraith back in the day at the gathering, right? I don't think they ever dropped a Joker's card at the gathering, though. That would be fucking fresh. I'm here for it. So, tomorrow night I have a show. Bethel, Vermont, Juneteenth performance. I don't know how, what time I'm going on or anything, but if you're in the Vermont area, you want to see my ass go perform some new songs live, yeah, come out to Bethel, Vermont and hang out with me. Chop it up about ICP, because it's my favorite thing to talk about. Next week, I'm going to West Virginia for the Chicken Hunt and Hootenanny Hoedown show. I will be dressed up like a psychedelic hick, looking to freak you out. Yeah, I'm doing that. Saturday night, tomorrow night, is the Funhouse talk show. Haven't announced any guests, but this Funhouse talk show gimmick is one of my favorite ones that they've done. If you haven't caught the past streams of the Funhouse talk show, go check that shit out. It is on YouTube. I had a comment today from a fella saying, "Hey, just upload the streams." I'm not uploading the streams, dummy. I'm fucking doing recaps here. If I wanted to bootleg the streams, I could bootleg the fucking streams like a million other fucking juggalo YouTubers. You fucking asshat. Anyway, I'm recapping them. I'm trying to make original content here, you fuckhead. Even if it is about someone else's content. It's content, you motherfucker. Anyway, just had to address that comment real quick, because that was annoying. I'm not going to bootleg the stream. Go pay for the stream, you fucking dildo. Anyway, catch me at the the Chicken Hunt and Hootenanny Hoedown show in a week and a day. Yeah, I'm going to be driving down to West Virginia. I'm very tempted to go to, what is it, Point Pleasant, West Virginia, where the Mothman stuff happened back in the 70s. I'm down in West Virginia. Should I go to Point Pleasant, y'all, and do a fucking vlog gimmick about it? Go meet the Mothman statue, have some sweet ass poses with me, like pretending like he's my homie or something. Let me know in the chat. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, share this shit on Juggalo pages. Tell Juggalos about Humble Among. Yeah, we're gonna. I have a fucking. Here, I'm gonna do a funny gimmick that I've always wanted to do. I have a big announcement coming soon, guys. That's right. We're announcing announcements on the Humble Among YouTube channel. Big announcement coming soon. Probably in the next week or so. Got a big announcement. Your fucking wigs are gonna flip off your head, do a backflip, land backwards improperly on your head, and you're gonna have your I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Anyway, yeah, I'm very happy it's Friday. Thank God it's the weekend. Joe Bob Briggs has his last episode of The Last Drive-In tonight on Shudder. Roger Corman is going to be the special guest. So definitely going to be seeing some titties tonight, folks. And I'm here for it. All right, everybody. I'm going to go try to record some rap music before Joe Bob gets on. Sorry I didn't get this stream on last night. I wasn't feeling, I was very low energy yesterday for some reason. Wasn't feeling up to doing a stream. So my apologies. I'm trying to stay on top of these and not get ahead of a stream without recapping one. I think I've done a good job of that so far. Anyway, I am fucking rambling. Like, subscribe, tell your friends about Humble Among, buy t-shirts. Anyway, peace. A whoop, a whoop. Have a good Friday. Bye. No, seriously, I'm hanging up. No, you hang up. 17, 17, 17.